So how many people by raise of hands are just joining us for the ED bootcamp? So this is for all those in the FIVIC bootcamp, and this goes for EDs too, but minus something for the people who are newer coaches who are just working towards senior coach or manager or just progress in their business. This week I want you to assess what your current reality is. In this current reality, you can take an average of, say, the last couple of months to look at this. But what has been your average FLV, your frontline volume, for the last couple of months? Approximately where you're at. You don't have to be down to the dollar and cent, but just give an approximate value. Are you at 6,000, so you're hitting ED every month? Are you a little bit under, where you have 4 points of volume points? Total, look at your frontline coaches, the number of frontline coaches, and then the number of total coaches. Assess those things. And then, in order to reach FIVIC, what is it that you need? And then you're going to get with your business coach, your mentor, and you're going to talk over these things about what you need. And something that I would highly encourage you to do is have extras. Don't just be like, oh, well, I have one coach and she's a senior coach, so I just need 4 more coaches. Right? Not just 4 more coaches. That's not going to do it, because not everybody is going to want the same things. So, and then look at your map and look specifically at your list of health coaches. If you're having trouble with frontline volume, where you're a blended ED, so you're kind of working on both sides at the same time, know what's needed there and talk over those things so that you can kind of set a plan in place. But then we'll also plan together as a group. Okay, any questions about those things? All right, moving on to our ED bootcamp, or anybody who's wanting to progress in their business. FIVICs, if you're sticking around, awesome. You're people shooting for fully integrated business coach, awesome, stay with us. For FIVICs, I want to be a little bit, or for our newer coaches and people shooting for ED, I want to just be a little bit more informal and just talk. What is it that you guys, first of all, first question is, what do you guys feel like you need right now? And what struggles are you having? Or you guys just don't need anything?
I have something, Jared.
Okay.
I feel like I'll get like 3 new clients, and then like slowly but surely in like 2 weeks, 3 of my old clients will just like cancel their B-Slim, or they'll like one of my new clients will say like, oh, I found something else that I like a lot more. I'm like, okay. So I feel like I'm just like taking 1 step forward and 1 step back, and I like just it's not to you. You know what I mean? And so I feel frustrated because I feel like I'm on this high of getting, new patient or clients, and then I get like an email, your client has canceled their B-Slim. Great. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or I don't know. And I feel like I'm supporting them. I'm doing my calls with them. I have no idea.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can
So
speak
you
to
feel like you've got a little bit of a revolving door.
Yes. I can't break it. Get one of those ones that lock once you get inside.
or you can like slide the other side closed.
Yeah, and then look at them really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have feel like they have issues like that, or any? Sarah? Okay, revolving door. Do we have some more experienced coaches on who would like to kind of share some preliminary thoughts? We'll be covering that over the next few weeks, those kinds of issues. But anything that any kind of veteran coaches would like to, words of wisdom, or Jessica, go for it.
So I don't know that I'm much more experienced, but something I've had a change in my mind, Brittany, is something that Jared taught me is going from a scarcity mentality to an abundant mentality. So rather than those, maybe 3 clients that you're like, oh no, they're falling off, just think, you know what? There's so many more fish in the sea that I need to help. I'm not saying don't be a good coach to those, but don't put kind of all your eggs in that basket. Like constantly be thinking abundance, who can I help, who can I help, who can I help? And once I kind of quit looking back and just looked forward, that's when it kind of changed for me. And I've done that with, finances and with clients, with coaches. It's really just in your mind of switching. Like, don't stress over the 3 that maybe have fallen off, because guess what? The odds are they might come back. I put them on my board, and I don't say they've stopped the program. I say they've paused the program, because I've had people who have gone on my list of pausing who have gotten back on program and become coaches. So sometimes timing is huge. So just try and have more of an abundance mentality of, you know what, there's so many people that need to be helped. I'm just going to keep looking for those people.
Perfectly said.
Hey,
Jared?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Talking.
Go Amber, then Chantel.
So something that has helped me, and I'm building my business back up from ground zero. So, but something that I've learned is that if you're not emotionally attached to the outcome and you're just planting seeds, it makes it more of a less frustrating experience for me. So.
Awesome. Chantel.
Well, I just want to put an emphasis on people come back. I didn't believe it for a long time, and being in I've been a coach for over 5 years, and it is crazy. Like, I can almost guarantee it. I'm like, oh, I'll see them in a year. I'll see them in 2 years. It is just like, it really, when people quit, I don't even care anymore. It's like, oh, they just aren't ready. So it really is that mental shift, and you have to see it happen. I didn't have that mentality at first. And so you just have to say, okay, I'm going to work on this, but it will come over time. So just be patient with that process, and you'll see it happen many, many times.
Yeah, well said. Veterans. When you've been through it a whole bunch of times, you just kind of know what. There are things you can do to limit the revolving door and stuff. Kat, did you have something to add?
I did. I just wanted to say, a lot of times it's really easy for people to just be like, oh, they canceled their B-Slim and they're gone forever. Like Jess was saying, they put them on pause, but don't just forget about them. Reach out to them and let them know you noticed that they stopped the program. It's really easy for people to just be like, oh, especially, and I'm speaking from experience here, coming from a place of abundance. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I guess they're not ready. And I forget, like, oh, wait, I need to let them know I'm still here for them. Like, it's not just about like whether they're doing the program or not. We need to let people know, hey, I noticed you canceled your B-Slim. I want to talk to you about what's going on. And then, if you're not ready, then let's just put you on pause, and I'm here for you. If you need anything, let me know. I just wanted to make that point, because sometimes on the other side of the coin, it's really easy to just be like, oh, too bad. Okay, bye. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
perfect. Another thought of mine is that, are we teaching our clients program or plan, right? So it's the 5 and 1 is a plan, the 4 and 2 is a plan, the 3 and 3 is a plan. But the program is the habits of health. The program is eating 6 times a day, carb protein balance, eating within an hour of waking up, drinking lots of water, 80 ounces for women minimum, 90 ounces for men minimum, learning how to manage your stress, being part of a community, things like that. So there's a lot of people over the years that have just been part of our community. They've come to events, they've done different things, stayed with us, even though they were pausing their plan, right? So stick with those people, let them know that you continue to love them. Honestly, here's another thing that happens. Sometimes people can't figure out their B-Slim, and because it's not a user-friendly system, and they cancel their B-Slim, you call them up and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I was going to lose my points. I just wanted to push my order out. I didn't want anything next month. Maybe they've been off plan a little bit, And so they've got too much food for right now. So just reach out and find out what's going on with them and say, and if they are pausing their plan, then I just say, okay, what's your plan? How are you going to follow the program, the Habits of Health, moving forward? What kinds of food choices are you going to make now? Or do you have another plan on the horizon, or are you just kind of going at it by the skin of your teeth? So a couple things there. Anything else that people are struggling with that we want to make sure that we cover in the next few weeks? Sarah?
Follow up.
Follow up?
I would love some help with follow up.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, you have an interested girl, and I call them, and then, okay, now what do I do? Sometimes I feel that way.
Okay, perfect. That's one of the things that we're gonna focus on in our revamped simple systems, is putting things in like a checklist form where it's like, here's the follow-up steps, and here is the only video to send them. Right now, you look through simple systems and there's a whole bunch of videos, and it's like, which one do I send? Well, people, it doesn't matter what you send them because it's all about the follow-up. It's all about getting back on the phone and asking them questions and what can I do to serve you and help you, and just find out what's going on in their life. So a lot of times, I would probably say 3 out of 4 people that I follow up with haven't even watched a video that I sent them. So I actually had a coach about 6-8 months ago that she's like, what do I send? And I'm like, find some stupid cat video on YouTube and send a stupid cat video. And she's like, what? I can't do that. It'll seem so unprofessional. And I'm like, just see if the girl is going to watch it. And the girl actually watched it, and she said, oh, I think that you sent me the wrong video. And she's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I was watching this with my kids and stuff, and I just put that link in there. And I like put it in a different window on the different screen stuff. So she just kind of played it off. And she ended up signing up that day just because it was about the conversation. It wasn't about the video. The girl just like, why don't you just tell me what was in the video? Right? So anybody else have kind of tricks or tips that just help them with their follow-up?
Jared?
Yeah.
I think it's really important to make it personable. Say, oh, I just saw you went on a trip. How fun. What was your favorite part? Or how was the wedding? Or how's your grandbaby? Just so it's not a generic, hey, just following up. It's like, I know who you are. I know what's important in your life. How's your world?
Awesome. I love that. Just being authentic. Jen Walker put in the chat thread, Google Calendar. Like put things on your calendar that have notifications. So it pops up, and this is going back to what I said earlier on the first half hour of our boot camp this morning, is preparing for your day. Like having that calendar, knowing who you need to follow up with that day, and having a scheduled time for follow-up. Because how many of you guys came into Take Shape for Life wanting a full-time job? Brittany did. Anybody else? Connie did. How many of you wanted a part-time job with full-time income? A lot more hands. Brittany raised her hand again, Connie. So I just gave you a trick question there, right? So that's what most people came in here for. So planning your day is really important because you can get a lot more done in a short period of time if you simply plan things out. You know that, hey, I've got to follow up with these 3 or 4 people, and this is the half an hour or hour that I'm going to do it. And what I've found in 8 years of coaching, people who have things scheduled out, and then they're kind of, at that point, they're kind of done for the day, They're able to do a lot more consistent daily action. How many of you guys went to the Dave Blanchard event that Jan Paxman hosted a few months ago? A lot of hands. So Paul, Dave's son, was talking about, gave this visual of your best day ever. Like you were on the phone all day long and you just felt like it was clicking. And you had like 20 phone calls in a day. And like everybody picked up and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so fantastic. And then you lay down in your bed and you go, holy crap, I can't do this every day. I'm exhausted, right? Well, you don't have to do that every day. If you feel like you're really in a groove and you want to make one more or two more phone calls and you have a couple of follow-ups scheduled and things like that, fantastic. But if you call 20 people in a day and don't call anybody else for the rest of the month versus calling one person a day, 5 days a week for the month, you talk to the same amount of people. And you're not overwhelmed, you're not stressed, you get to live a life. What my desire is for Take Shape for Life coaches is that no matter what they want in their life, Take Shape for Life can help them get that. That people, when they come into our community, they know that by following the Habits of Health health program, that by becoming a health coach and being part of our community and family, that they can be a better mom, that they can be a better employee for the job that they already love, that they can be better in whatever aspect of life, whatever their dream in life is. Take Shape for Life just happens to fit in a very tidy way into exactly what I want from a job aspect and stuff. But I understand that that some coaches, that coaching people isn't necessarily their first love and greatest desire, right? It's not that they hate it. They love helping people and stuff like that. But their biggest goal is to be a fantastic mom. Their biggest goal is to be a fantastic dad or grandpa. And I believe that by being a health coach and by being the healthiest physical version of yourself and mentally, that you can be the best mom and dad and grandpa and humanitarian or whatever it is that you want to be. So a couple things while we're wrapping up here today. How many of you, by raise of hands, are doing coaching sessions with your clients? And this isn't like a weekly check-in. This is like on our clienthealthtips.com, the coaching session that's on there. It's got a cute little PowerPoint and stuff where it's walking people through more of the maintenance ideas and stuff. So now that I reframe that, how many of you are doing those? Okay, a few. Most of them are coaches who have been coaching for quite a while and stuff. Some of the newer ones probably may not even know about them. So I'm going to be doing, we're going to establish a couple of those a month where everybody can just bring their clients in and utilize those, and we'll use Zoom. I've had as many as about 45 people from just 2 or 3 coaches before, and we'll typically do them on the same day or same week of each month, and we'll do one in the evening and one midday, so that people can kind of go to the one that fits their schedule the best. And we'll probably just record one. We won't record them live every month or anything like that. We'll record one. It'll be available in there for people who want to use it at other times. But I said like a month ago that I was going to have a coaching session 2 done. We've just kind of been waiting to do this. So we'll be doing that also, where the first one is more preparing them for maintenance. What does the program consist of? Getting their mind wrapped around long-term health. And the second one is a lot more healthy mind, how they think about their thinking, things like that. So we're going to incorporate those so that all the coaches on our team don't feel stressed or anxious or anything like that, oh, I have to do this on my own. We can just, it'll just be something we can plug in, or you're more than welcome to, yes, those will be in the Simple Systems. And we'll announce those in all the groups each month also. So, and we'll call on different coaches just so that nobody is ever overloaded. So that you might have to do one of those a year or something like that. So, and it's always good to get a different personality, different taste there. Team coaching. How many of you are utilizing team coaching? Good. Sometimes, right? Team coaching is very simple. It's just about this. It's about connecting everybody to more than one person. So right now, since we have just a couple minutes, I would say this. We'll give more details on team coaching and how to simplify it in your business. But keep it very simple. Just know that people are more successful when they have more support around them. We do celebration calls and things like that, and it's an opportunity for another person, another coach, to layer that person to become more integrated into our community, potentially to become a health coach. Sometimes that's the first opportunity for some people to be invited to be a health coach. Maybe it's a brand new coach and they're like, I feel awkward in making this invitation or whatever. And their support coach, their mentor or business coach can step in and say, oh my gosh, Nyla was bragging about you and stuff. And thank you so much for sharing your story with me. And have you ever thought about paying this forward and helping other people? And Nyla doesn't have to feel that anxiousness, that anxiety around a person, or maybe I know that sometimes people are like, oh, well, they're going to think that it's one of those things or something like that. No, it's just about caring people and what's best for them, and then giving them the opportunity to make a decision after you've invited them. It's not if they say no, you're going to stop being their friend or anything like that. So, so we're gonna try to make that a lot more simple too, where people feel like it's doable in their schedules, and they just feel comfortable and confident in using the larger community to integrate people. Anybody have any questions or concerns or thoughts about that?
I have a thought.
Okay.
I have noticed a huge, I know I was just saying I have like a revolving door, but I feel like my clients who get on with Gretchen or Sarah or whoever are more likely to push through like, a period of hard time or whatever. They're more likely to see the program rather than just the plan like you talked about. And so I've like every single person on my first week, I always say, hey, you'll be, or even on my interested calls, I say, you'll be meeting Gretchen. She's a part of your support team. And so either by day 3 or by day 7, they've met Gretchen. And that's been super helpful. I feel like in keeping, knowing that I'm supporting them, but also that I'm not the only one. And I'm not just like this crazy health person.
Yeah. Here's something, I love that, Brittany. And here's something that goes along with that I've started to encourage coaches to do. And we'll make it part of Simple Systems also. Whenever you're sending a welcome email to a new client, it's very valuable to, at the bottom of that email, say, oh, by the way, this is my health coach, and this is his or her contact information. There are going to be times where maybe I'm on vacation, or maybe you can't get a hold of me and you might think that it's an emergency. So anything like that. Just, we want to make sure they're taken care of. So that they just see anybody else's name, so that they know it's not just some crazy one-on-one and that you're the only health coach in the world, right? So It's very valuable to be able to just introduce them, even if it's just on that welcome email, so that when you do say, hey, did you notice that I put my health coach's name at the bottom of my welcome email and stuff? One of the things that we like to do a week or two into the program, or at very least in the first month, is we like to celebrate you. And I always talk to my coach about what's going on in my clients' lives and stuff. So we just want to, on one of our check-ins, we'll just offer you some additional tips and things like that. Or if they're a struggling client, the struggling client, like Brittany said, a lot of those struggling clients, they're ready to quit. And you've been a good coach to them, but they've just tuned you out. And they get on and they're like, oh my gosh, that is such a good idea. And then I debrief with the coach and they're like, I've said that to him like 1,000,000 times. I'm like, I know you have, because you're a good coach. But they just needed to hear it from a different voice or a different angle and stuff. So utilize those things, but just from the very beginning, indicate to them that they're part of a team, and that not that you're dumping those people off on your business coach or anything like that, just that they have a name. And if they're really looking into it and stuff, they see that there's an additional level of support. So thank you everybody for being on. Next week, we're gonna get into some nitty gritty and just start going. I took some notes here about things that you guys really want, so we'll insert those things in and give more attention to those things. But if you guys have, one of the things that I would love for you guys to do is, we're not going to create a different group. We would love for you guys to post your actions during the week. We'd love for you to post great things that are happening to you, good things that are happening to your clients in your coaching groups, so that everybody is benefiting and being blessed by the work that you guys are doing. Offering people some hope and some ideas for their own businesses, but also ask questions, not just about the program or anything like that. Ask questions about coaching, so that we can put those ideas into the next few weeks, and so that you guys will really get out of what these boot camps, the things that you need on top of what we've already got planned. Sound good? Okay. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate your time. Same time next Monday, 9:30 for executive directors. Action steps for this week. Take what your current reality is, how many clients you have, or frontline volume, or whatever that is, and what your desired outcome is. Whether it's for this month, if you want to work in increments and stuff, just kind of, I would prefer like a 90-day outline of your goals. So if this month you want to acquire 5 new clients, and next month 5 or 6 or whatever, just map that out and stuff. One last thing. How many of you how many of you guys use your map? How many of you guys hate looking at the map? Wow, nobody that I can see hands right here. If you hate the map, we used to teach what we called lines on paper. Find some paper with butterflies or flowers or something on it and stuff, and just draw lines on it. If the map is too structured and you don't like it, it seems too rigid and stuff, and just write. Amber says she hates the numbers part of the map. Just use a whiteboard, or just like it's your love board or something like that. Just the people that you have on your heart and that you want to reach out to, and make it less formal, make it more fun. A lot of people get the same work done in life that other people do by working in a more fun, in a less formal way than other people who absolutely love the structure of a formal sheet of paper or programs or anything like that. So, and if you want ideas about that, reach up to your business coach and get some ideas about that. So thanks everybody. I'll post this video for you and your teams that didn't have a chance to get on, and it'll be up in just probably an hour or so. So have a good week. We'll see you next week. Well, we'll actually see you on Tuesday 20 tomorrow, 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Okay.